fire.
We have an auto body shop that's fully involved. Come in, mobile, assuming fire attack. We have a second alarm, please.
My favorite part about being a firefighter is driving the fire truck, especially the aerial. There is a lot of challenges that come with operating a vehicle of its size on the city streets, and takes a lot of practice to be proficient. While I love driving the truck, you can never beat the excitement of being on the nozzle at a fire. The feeling of crawling through a burning building and knocking down the fire is unmatched to any job I've ever had. 16 years in, I'm still a big kid at the theme park. I have a lot of interest in technical rescue. When someone is stuck in something, under something, on something, or has something fall onto them, they call the tech rescue team. My proudest moment as a firefighter came when I was part of a team that rescued a man who was stuck in a sinkhole for nearly 7 hours. It was an unbelievable team effort that had a great ending to a once-in-a-lifetime call. I also enjoy teaching new and future firefighters. I feel a great sense of passion and accomplishment being able to teach tricks of the trade that I was taught or have picked up through my years of experience.
My favorite thing about this career is that every day is a school day. Firefighting offers limitless learning and growth throughout your career. Fire is essentially a skilled trade. From auto extrication to forcible entry, hose deployment, fire behavior, medical skills, search patterns, pump ops, and driving, the list goes on and on. But in addition to the technical skills, you also grow as a person. Firefighting puts you in a challenging and adverse work conditions where the stakes are very high. Your life, your best friends' lives, and almost more importantly, the public's lives are on the line. Working through this diversity and these challenging work conditions builds character, and training builds confidence. Training and teaching are large passions of mine. Knowledge is the most precious thing that you can earn in your life. And passing on that knowledge to others is one of the most fulfilling things that one can do. As far as interests go, there isn't one thing per se that I'm solely focused on in the career. What do I love the most? Obviously, I love fighting fires and all that comes with that. But I would say that some of the funnest training is the RIT and survival. So RIT is our rapid intervention team. It's the team that goes in if we have a down firefighter or a mayday situation during a structure fire or an emergency event. And then the firefighter survival training is training that we do so that we can self-extricate if we are ourselves in that situation where we're having to call a mayday, if we're trapped or we're low on air or we're having a medical emergency in an area that's immediately dangerous to life and health. So why is leadership important in firefighting? Well, I should start by saying that in fire service, we use something called chain of command. This is a formal structure that in a chaotic environment provides structure and control and ease of decision making. So in that structure, we have what's called a span of control. So there's usually one leader to a maximum of 5 people. And on a truck, what that usually looks like is 1 captain and 3 firefighters. So when we're on scene, we trust in our captain's ability to size up the scene, read the fire conditions, and make a decision, and we execute that plan. That being said, it's really important that we ourselves are also leaders. Firefighters are usually natural leaders amongst their peers. We are confident, we are outgoing, we are positive people, and it's important that everyone on the team, although firefighters are task-based and not making decisions, feels confident enough to point out something that they see. Maybe my captain didn't see a changing smoke condition on one side of the building that I noticed. So it's important not only to be an excellent team player and put other people before yourself. There's no party for one in firefighting. Everything is team-based. But it's also important to display leadership skills, especially as further on in your career, you are promoted to acting captain and captain, because people really look to you. You've earned that rank because you have enough time and experience on to make those decisions. So leadership is extremely important in fire service because that's how we make our decisions. That's how our tactics are decided. That's how our policies and procedures in the fire department are implemented. And we really trust in our leaders. We implicitly trust the decisions they make, and we trust one another on our crew. We know that we have each other's back.
Decision-making is absolutely critical as a firefighter. While we do work under a chain of command, every firefighter needs to make key decisions, sometimes in split seconds, that ultimately will have the biggest impact on how successful the incident will be. For example, a driver of a fire truck must make decisions on the best routes to take and make key positioning decisions to get their apparatus into the correct position and placed into operation, mindful not to cut off access to other incoming vehicles, optimizing each vehicle's capabilities. Firefighters on the back of the truck must decide which tools they will use for the tasks that they are given and likely to encounter. An elite level firefighter will know at least 3 uses for every tool on their truck and need to make a decision which tool will work the best in every scenario. The officer on the truck will dictate the strategy to be used. It'll be up to the firefighter to make an effective decision on how that will be accomplished.
The ability to work as a team and follow directions is critical to the success of any firefighter in the fire service, because our actions have very, very serious implications on people's health and safety. It's important that you're a team player as a firefighter because there is no task in firefighting, or very few, that are made for one person to complete. We do everything as a team and at least with one other person. It's also really important that we follow direction. We have policies, procedures, and guidelines in every single department because it's important that when you pull up on scene, you know what's expected of you. If I'm in the C position in the truck, the seat in the rear behind the driver, I know what my job is at a high-rise call. I already know what tools I need to bring to the front door. I already know what I will be doing, what my first 5 steps are. And I also know what the person in the D position sitting beside me in the truck is going to be doing for the first 5 steps. And that's really important because we don't have time in an emergency situation to formulate those basic plans. Those should just happen naturally because the situations that we encounter are extremely dynamic. And it's those dynamic conditions that we need to use that mental capacity for. So what are the fire conditions here in this building today? What is the building construction of this building here today? And how does that relate to fire spread? So following directions is really important because we all need to know what each other are doing so that we can complete the task as assigned. And the ability to work as a team and be a team player is really critical as well. I should mention that the best teams are actually the most diverse teams. Diversity makes us so much stronger. If everyone was good at only one thing, then our breadth of understanding and experience wouldn't be that wide. Our tools in our, imaginary toolbox would be very limited. But if all of us come with a different specialty or different experience or different strengths, then that makes us a much more cohesive team. And we serve the public in a better capacity because of that.
Hey guys, I'm Jess.
And I'm Andrew.
And together we're Fully Involved Education.
For your leadership challenge scenario, you're working at the mall as a security guard. When you notice on the security camera, you see smoke coming from the trash compactor.
What leadership steps would you take to ensure that it's dealt with effectively? Who should you call? What should you not do? And what would you do to make sure that everyone gets out safely? Could you help emergency services reach the scene in any way? Keep in mind that you're not a firefighter. Keep the firefighting to the firefighters. Good luck.